Hey, this is Kelly Matthews from Divine Aggression Radio. What you are about to hear is an interview I did with Glenn Thomas of X Center and GX Project. The interview was done via the telephone, so our voices aren't quite as clear as what mine is right now, but it's not bad. And also, I do not have any sort of copyrights or permissions to play songs during a video like this, so this is just the straight interview with no music dropped in. That's one cool thing about listening live. You get to hear the music in context with the interview. Now, if you would like to listen live, go down to the description of the video. I'm going to have a link down there. Click on that, and it'll tell you all you need to know about tuning in live every week. I do want to say thank you to Glenn Thomas for not only giving me the privilege to do the interview, but also when this interview aired live originally, I also had the premiere of the song Trainwreck from GX Project's new album, Sinner. So we had the world premiere, and not only that, but Glenn and Rex Scott from X Center and GX Project stopped by the Untombed chat room to hang out with us for a while. And that was great. I mean, they went above and beyond the call. So great guys, great music, of course, and I hope you enjoy the interview.
Hi, this is Glenn Thomas from the GX Project, and you're listening to Divine Aggression Radio.
I have a very special guest with me on this edition of Divine Aggression Radio. He is well known for being part of the classic rock band X Center and also GX Project, which they have a new album coming out, and I've just heard one of the unfinished tracks, and it's awesome. So I'm going to welcome to the show Glenn Thomas, all the way from Canada. Thank you for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, well, let's get right into it. Let's talk about the new GX Project, and then we'll go back and talk about how you got involved with X Center and the last GX Project. Tell me about the new album. What direction have you guys taken? Because I've heard the one song, and like I told you on Facebook, to me, it's better than anything on Bite Stick, and I loved that album. It was a great album, and it sounded great. Tell me about the new record, how it all came together, and what's up with the new GX Project.
Well, it goes back to Switzerland. We're actually in Switzerland last March, and Rex and I decided that we're going to start number 2 once we're finish some touring. And so we started picking at it. Took us all the way through the fall and into Christmas, and then after Christmas. And the song you heard is actually called Trainwreck, and that was actually the last song we recorded. That was Rex had a riff, and was like, I don't know if I'm going to use it. I'm like, let's check it out. And when I heard it, I was like, dude, we got to run with this. So we put it together, and 13 songs. Took us a little bit of time to do it. Like I said, over the last year. I got my own studio here. So I do a lot of my work in Canada, and Rex does work at his own studio down in California. And we shoot stuff back and forth in Skype and what have you. And both of us are writing music and putting it together.
Isn't technology great these days?
Oh, gotta love it. And it goes back to first getting in touch with Rex. If you want me to mention that. Yeah,
that would be great, because you told me about how he actually blew you off the first time you contacted him.
Yeah, Rex, gotta love him. I tell you, I contacted him and said, Rex, I had a song I'd be interested in you tracking vocals on, and he was like, nah, dude, I never get this all the time on, and blew me off. And I went back and I said, dude, don't blow me off till I at least heard the song. Yeah, I'll send it down and I'll see if I get a chance to listen to it and all this. I'm like, okay. So basically what I did, and we call this a grunt track. And I used to do a fair bit of AC/DC singing myself, that type of flavor in bands. And so I basically rough tracked it a little bit, and then I sent Rex a grunt, and what that is I talk through the song, tell him where this is, this is the line, this is where it's going, this is what's happening as the song goes. So I do like narrate as the song plays.
Right.
So anyway, I got an email about probably 2 days after, like, dude, this rips. right? So I got to track this. Get me the lyrics. I'm like, okay, cool.
Told you so.
Yeah, so we put it together. I'm a drummer. Actually, first off, started playing drums when I was 10, and so all the bite stick stuff is actually me drumming,
cool.
and playing bass on and guitars, of course. So Rex is a very talented guy too, and so he let me finish up Love IV with all my guitar tracks on it, and when that was done, I just thought that was it, right? Okay, cool. I got a chance to record with one of my favorite bands, lead singer. And then he come back, he said, "What's next?" I'm like, oh, okay. So then we kept on going. Next thing you know, we had 11 songs for an album.
Tell me about your involvement with X Center.
Well, X Center, I know Rob has got a bad back. I know that from years back. So they've been in and out with bass players, as time was going. And once Greg Bishop heard the stuff I was doing with Rex, he was like, "Dude, let's get this guy on bass for X Center." So that was the start of it. And
when was that?
That was probably a couple of years ago. But the interesting thing is that Going to Zurich, which is what that song you heard called Trainwreck, that's what it's about. It's about our trip going to Zurich, because me and Rex did a lot of recording for both X Center and GX stuff, and but I've never met the man.
Oh, wow.
And at that point, right? So anyway, Rex was like, "Okay, so let's get ready. We're going to go on tour now." And I was like, "Okay." So basically what I set up was I had Rex and Greg send me a click track with them singing with a guitar, and I got it here. Then I got my best friend Craig Jeans, drummer, to come out and basically wired him up and put headphones on him in my recording studio in the drum room, and I went out into the control room and put headphones on with the bass, and we basically jammed at X Center.
Oh, wow.
So we shook hands in Zurich.
Wow. So it was like, "Nice to meet you. All right, let's go play."
That is exactly it. It was like the whole song is about that, and it was like, we've chatted, and was like, okay, so the boys, to send us the itineraries for flights, and we were stood up in the airport in Zurich, and it was like, "Oh, there's Rex. How you doing?" So,
well,
that was our first performance.
How did the shows go?
Well, there's a YouTube full concert off the what was that? The Elements of Rock is what the concert was.
I will find it, and I'll put it on the Divine Aggression Facebook page. We
were over there with White Cross.
Oh, awesome.
And so we got to hang out with the boys and stuff. So I became friends with the guys out, with that. And met Pastor Bob over there.
Oh, awesome! Great guy.
Oh yeah. So it was pretty cool. We had a great event, and I think we went on before White Cross, and White Cross finished up. Excellent. And that was it. So basically what the song is about, Trainwreck, there's a picture of, on site, you can see it if you search it, there's a picture of Greg Bishop. He's out front, and he's got his telly on. And we're playing live, and there's a picture of me back with the bass, and there's a picture of Rex on the drummer's side of the stage with his head down. And what that picture actually was, we call it a train wreck, because we fell apart at the end of one of the songs.
Can I ask which song it was, or do you remember?
I can't remember what song it was. It was I think Greg goes into like a AC/DC Heat Seeker riff. And basically we missed the cue on it, right? And first time ever live on stage, we never had a chance to jam. It was like, plug in the bass. You guys ready? Yeah, let's do an hour and a half set, right? So it was intimidating, but we had a blast. And when we started to fall apart, Greg kind of walked up front, right?
Mm-hmm.
he just bailed on us, right? And I don't think anybody picked up on it, but you could see it. But it was interesting that picture was took at that moment.
Yeah.
And so we called it the train wreck. So we talked about this, for a year, and then all of a sudden I said to Rex, I heard this riff that he come up with. I said, you know what? Write a song based on our trip to Zurich and call it the train wreck, right? Let's do that. It'll be a memorable thing for us, right?
Right.
It'll always be about that trip. So he smacked the lyrics to it, and we put it together, and I think it rips.
This is something, and I'm completely honest when I say this. Rex's vocals has not lost a step. Because I listen to the old stuff, and I listen to Trainwreck. I'm like, the exact words that go through my mind is, "Dadgum, he still got it." I mean, it's great, man. And I hope he hears this, because I'm being for real. Because I listen to Played, and I interview a lot of people, and sometimes as a band or in this case a person matures, I'm going to put it like that. Sometimes they can lose a step. One in particular, and I don't think I have any worries about hurting his feelings, is Paul Stanley from Kiss.
Geddy Lee, too.
Now, see, I haven't heard Geddy Lee lately.
Okay.
But see, I have heard Paul Stanley, and actually the last thing I heard from Paul, he was on The Tonight Show, and it wasn't that bad, but for the past few years, I'll listen to Paul and was like, no, please, oh my goodness, stop.
Yeah.
But
Paul sounds like he's crying more than anything now.
Yeah, his voice is breaking, and his voice is cracking all over the place. Even when he tries to really yell to the crowd, I think when I have to go, oh, stop.
Yeah.
But Rex, I'm telling you, man, I'm listening to it, I'm like, geez Louise, he's on the money. I can see why you would want to do a project with him, because the vocals are fantastic.
We when we got over there, we had about 25-minute sound check. I don't even know it was that long, but so I've never witnessed Rex in full form until this point, right? And Greg was saying like, monitors? We don't need monitors. We got him. I'm like, what? So I didn't really get it, because I've played in a lot of bands over the years, and so anyway, we started off, and when Rex, gee, man, I tell you, the guy is super powerful with his, it's like, yeah, you don't need monitors. he could just blow it, man. I was like, wow. So much power in his voice. So, you're not, some of these guys, they sit down and they do it quiet to get that type of sound in their vocals and that, right? Not Rex, man. He's pulling it, right?
Yeah,
he's working.
Especially when you go up for the high notes, sometimes you have to lose your power a little bit. But from what I can hear on the recordings, he is full blast.
He is. He's phenomenal. Love working with him. Like I think the world of him, and our friendship to me means more than the music side of it at this point.
Right.
And we actually did a tour. He actually came up here and did a festival here locally in my hometown here, and it was cool. I got him up for 5 days, and we did play for 1 hour at a festival. But I got a chance to take the guys around where I'm located to see the Titanic sank off our shore, right?
Oh wow!
So if you've seen the Titanic movie with the maps and stuff, you'll see Newfoundland. That's where I am.
Cool.
So I had a chance to get the guys up in Iceberg Alley so they could see all that, and it was a lot of fun.
Okay, well, I want to ask you about a specific song, because I've been playing it on my shows, and I'm really digging it. It's from the first GX Project album. It's from Bite Stick. It's called Get Me Out of This Hell. And when I listened to it, I automatically heard, well, me being a classic rock fan, first thing I heard was Night Prowler from AC/DC and a little bit of Ride On. And
yes.
I thought the lyrics were very interesting on that. Can you tell me a little bit about that song and how it came about?
Well, I think that was one of my productions for the riff side of it, put it together, and Rex actually wrote it. Rex got a tendency to try to crack people on the fingers, it seems, in a lot of stuff in this Christianity side of stuff. and with fault, and the world is full of it, with people twisting the Bible in their favor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which other way to say it without getting myself in trouble, but it's like people are taking stuff from the Bible for their own good, mm-hmm. Not for the good of their internal life, right?
Right.
So which is very sad. It's critical, and I can't be a judge, as anybody else can be. But the song just took that route, and I was a little bit scary on it, even when Rex was presenting that to me. He was like, "Get me out of this hell," and I was like, "Man, I don't know if we're crossing the line or not with this one, right?" But Rex is the type of person that he wants to put it out there because he believes in it. So I support him on that.
That's great. That's great. And I guess to quote some classic X Center, he doesn't mind stepping on toes.
That's right.
Sorry, I had to throw that.
He actually likes it.
I want to talk about you're mastering for, seems like a lot of people, and you told me offline here that you were doing a lot of work with people in Nashville. Talk about your mastering work and who you're working with, and what we can expect from you on the mastering side of things.
Well, I've been at music a very, very long time. I've dabbled into everything. I'm a three-way musician with bass, drums, and guitar. Mm-hmm. I buy all the top-ranked gear, study, learn, watch, listen. Mm-hmm. All the above, and I've connected with a lot of people over the years in Nashville, and so I'm have worked with people in the past like Kenny Aronoff, and
love him.
Yeah, well, there you go, and Rich Redman off Jason Aldean, mm-hmm. The drummer, and what's his name now from Love and Theft, Jason Jordan is another one. Just a lot of people in general from there, and everybody is kind of, I shouldn't say everybody, that's probably typecasting, but a lot of people, what they're finding is that they're sending the music to some of these mastering studios, and they kind of got a template set up in and out, mm-hmm. right?
Right.
And there's no TLC is actually what Roger Wood actually mentioned yesterday. I was talking to him. Roger Wood, that's with Sons of Thunder, mm-hmm. and he mentioned that. He said, "Yeah, there's no TLC," and he's right. If people are just, maybe they're too busy. I don't know, but for me, I can't do that. I gotta pick this stuff apart, and I've done a lot of work here from different studios in Nashville now, and even people I don't even know in regards of artists and stuff and where they are, and even the Canadian Idol winner, done some work with him.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's pretty cool. It's very interesting that I can do that, and I love it. That's the other side of it, because I own my own studio, and I'm pretty much I'm busy, and I kind of get down at nighttime, spark out a coffee, and sit here for a bunch of hours and master a project, come out the next day and do the next project. So it's a nice little flow, and I really love it. And everybody I've sent it to yet, I've done actually Larry McHugh, which is Keith Urban's drummer's brother.
Oh wow!
I did a master for him yesterday on a project, and he was quite happy with it. So I'm going to get to do his project now, and so just things like that, which is cool. Just speaking for itself. Gil Grand is another one, producer and stuff. Just plugging away at it, trying to make it make ends meet.
Well, I'm going to get on my soapbox for a minute. Having worked in my own recording studio for so many years, your studio is only as good as your engineers.
True enough.
And what got me to want to get my own studio is paying big bucks to go record at the time in the 90s, a state-of-the-art studio. And the engineer was a button pusher. He did not give a flip about the music.
No.
I had come from recording in Memphis with B.B. King's sound engineer, and she was amazing. And when I said, hey, let's go back and hit the course again, she knew where the course was. With this guy in this state-of-the-art studio, he's like, numbers, give me numbers, give the time. What time is it? I'm like, oh, come on. Well, him being an alcoholic didn't help either. But
there you go.
and I'm like, I'm paying all this money for this quote professional to record me, and he doesn't care. And if you don't have that TLC, whether it's your tracking or your mastering or whatever, it's going to come across in the music, and it's not. You lose your feel. It's like listening to something when you hear it on vinyl and then you hear it not on vinyl. It just loses a little something. And it's and it's the same way in recording. Okay, I'm getting down off my soapbox now.
Well, what I find too is that a lot of people, and I got to respect that too, is that they're comfortable with certain people. They got their certain people that they trust and won't venture from, and I understand that as well. Mm-hmm. But sometimes stepping off all kind of works for both people. The engineer gets to try to relive back to his TLC and again, mm-hmm. and the artist gets to have a fresh new take on his music, right?
Right.
So I'm doing stuff right now for people in Italy, South Africa, Greece, so it's Malaysia. It's actually a killer band in Malaysia called Relent, and
cool.
they're extremely well. I was floored when I got in contact with the guys there, and their hearts are so big, and they actually spend their life promoting and awareness on child trafficking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so to me that was like, dudes, I'll do whatever I can for you guys, right?
Yeah.
They help with that because apparently it's pretty big over there, right?
What can we expect in the future from not only GX Project, because I know you've got a new album coming out. Do you have any timelines for that? And if I've got my info right, X Center is supposed to be doing one more album, Going Out with a Bang, I believe is the name of it.
Yeah, that one, the X Center one is I hope it comes out. I really want it to come out. Rex wants it to come out. Greg is somewhat busy. It's not that he don't want to do it. He's just kind of, his priority is not on that right yet.
Right.
I say yet. And hopefully that's going to happen. We've got, I'd say 5, 6, if not 7 songs. Pretty much ready to go on X Center. GX, our album, I think it'll be out in 2 weeks. It's gone for manufacturing right now, actually.
Oh, awesome.
That's the song you heard is actually the cut. That's the one that's going to radio first. Trainwreck. And basically, we're hoping to get some dates. It seems like, the European and Germany, those guys in the area seem to be more inclined to look at this type of music and concerts and stuff like that. United States and Canada, I find, is a little bit more into the worship side of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
all good.
Oh, yeah, sure. Hi, this is Glenn Thomas from X Center. Yeah! And you're listening to Divine Aggression